The countdown begins again. America and China ignite a new space race, chasing dominance, survival, and humanity's destiny. But this isn't the first race half a century ago. Two superpowers clashed for the moon's glory. America triumphed, planting its flag on lunar soil, yet history whispers victory never lasts forever in space. Today, the challenger is China, rising fast, determined to surpass America's legacy and claim the moon anew. America counters with Artemis, promising a permanent lunar base, but permanence invites rivalry, not peace, in space. The moon is no longer symbolic, it is strategic, holding frozen water, rocket fuel, and immense geopolitical leverage. Whoever controls the moon controls the gateway to Mars, and perhaps humanity's survival among the stars themselves. Yet beneath speeches of peace lies suspicion: will lunar bases become stepping stones or hidden military outposts? America insists on freedom of exploration, while China emphasizes sovereignty, sparking debates over ownership of celestial bodies. But what happens if treaties collapse, and the moon becomes contested ground instead of shared frontier? Unlike the Cold War, this rivalry is multipolar, involving billionaires, corporations, and entire global alliances. Every launch, every failure, every breakthrough shifts momentum, each countdown echoing louder than the last. Billions watch anxiously, knowing this race will shape geopolitics, technology, and humanity's destiny for centuries ahead. But the stakes are higher now. The moon is not the finish line, it is only the beginning. Because beyond the moon lies Mars, the ultimate prize, where survival and dominance will finally be decided. China accelerates its timeline, promising astronauts on the moon by 2030, aiming to leap toward Mars next. America responds with urgency, funding Artemis and private partnerships determined not to lose its cosmic leadership. Every crater drilled, every base built, every rocket launched brings us closer to inevitable confrontation or cooperation. The world holds its breath, knowing the moon's fate will decide humanity's path toward Mars and beyond. But this time, the finish line is not the moon, it is survival itself, and Mars awaits. The moon is no longer symbolic, it is strategic, holding frozen water, rocket fuel, and immense geopolitical leverage. NASA's Artemis program promises a permanent lunar base, while China's Chang'e missions prepare to challenge American dominance directly. But permanence invites rivalry. Will these bases become stepping stones for exploration or contested outposts of hidden power? China accelerates construction, aiming for a base before America secures Artemis' foothold, racing against time and history. America counters with international partnerships, uniting allies under Artemis Accords, promising shared exploration and collective lunar governance. Yet beneath cooperation lies suspicion: will shared bases remain peaceful or transform into militarized strongholds above Earth? The moon's frozen water is more than survival, it is rocket fuel, the key to reaching Mars efficiently. Whoever monopolizes lunar resources gains control of interplanetary logistics, deciding who launches forward and who remains grounded. China envisions a self-sufficient lunar colony, while America dreams of a gateway station orbiting the moon permanently. But the moon is not the finish line, it is the starting gun for humanity's march toward Mars. Geologists warn lunar mining could spark disputes as nations compete for craters rich in ice and minerals. America insists on transparency, while China emphasizes sovereignty, creating friction over who enforces rules beyond Earth. Private companies join the race, promising faster innovation but raising fears of corporate monopolies in outer space. The moon becomes a chessboard, every crater a square, every launch a move in humanity's greatest geopolitical game. China's timeline is aggressive, aiming for a permanent base by 2030, directly challenging America's lunar supremacy. America accelerates Artemis, promising boots on lunar soil sooner, determined not to lose its cosmic leadership. The moon is no longer neutral ground, it is the front line of a new geopolitical and technological rivalry. Every crater drilled, every base built, every rocket launched brings us closer to inevitable confrontation or cooperation. The world watches anxiously, knowing the moon's fate will decide humanity's path toward Mars and beyond. But the moon is only the beginning. The real prize lies further away, across the void. Mars. Mars is the ultimate prize: resources, land, and survival, transforming humanity into a multiplanetary species beyond Earth. SpaceX envisions vast Martian cities, while China dreams of planting its flag first on the red planet. But the journey is brutal: radiation storms, endless isolation, and months drifting through the deadly void of space. NASA experiments with radiation shielding, while China develops underground habitats. Both know survival demands radical innovation. Every kilogram of cargo matters. Rockets must launch from lunar platforms, not Earth, to reach Mars efficiently. China accelerates its Mars timeline, promising missions by 2033, directly challenging America's long-term colonization strategy. America counters with Starship, designed for mass transport, aiming to deliver hundreds of settlers in one mission. But what happens if one nation establishes dominance first? Will Mars become humanity's hope or another battlefield? Mars offers minerals, frozen water, and vast land. Whoever controls these resources controls humanity's expansion across the system. Scientists warn colonization will be perilous. Radiation, dust storms, and psychological isolation threaten every astronaut's survival. Yet the dream persists, because Mars is not just survival, it is humanity's chance to rewrite its destiny. China's plans emphasize national pride, while America frames Mars as humanity's collective destiny. Two visions, one planet. Private companies complicate the race, raising questions: who owns Mars and who decides humanity's future beyond Earth? Every mission carries risk. One failure could end lives, delay decades, and shift dominance between America and China. But what happens if Mars becomes militarized? Could humanity's dream of survival collapse into interplanetary conflict? America and China both know Mars is more than exploration. It is the ultimate prize of the century. Colonization means rewriting history. The first nation to succeed will shape humanity's laws, culture, and destiny forever. Every launch, every landing, every colony built brings us closer to the moment when Mars will be claimed. The world watches anxiously, knowing Mars is not just another planet, it is humanity's second chance at survival. But the red planet is unforgiving. One mistake could turn humanity's dream into its most tragic disaster. Mars disasters remind us space is unforgiving, yet nations refuse retreat, pushing harder toward dominance beyond Earth. Behind exploration lies geopolitics. Space is the new frontier where alliances fracture and rivalries silently intensify. America rallies allies under Artemis Accords, while China builds partnerships across Asia, Africa, and emerging economies. Private corporations complicate the rivalry, raising fears of monopolies controlling humanity's access to outer space. Every treaty signed, every launch scheduled, every base constructed shifts the balance of power in orbit. Military strategists warn satellites, stations, and colonies could become contested strongholds in future conflicts above Earth. But what happens if cooperation collapses? Could humanity's dream of exploration dissolve into interplanetary confrontation? Technology races ahead. Quantum communication, nuclear propulsion, and AI navigation redefine what's possible in cosmic competition. Every breakthrough accelerates the countdown, bringing humanity closer to the moment when dominance will finally be decided. America bets on innovation. China bets on discipline. Both gamble everything on shaping humanity's interplanetary destiny. The stakes are higher than ever: resources, colonies, survival, and the power to write humanity's future laws. Billions watch anxiously, knowing this race will shape geopolitics, technology, and humanity's destiny for centuries ahead. But the finish line is not the moon, nor Mars. It is survival itself, across generations yet unborn. Every second counts. The rockets are fueled. The countdown has already begun. Humanity's destiny hangs in balance. America and China both know the winner will not just lead in space but dominate Earth's future too. Yet beyond rivalry lies possibility. What if cooperation, not conflict, defines humanity's expansion into the cosmos? Hope collides with fear. The question is no longer if humanity expands, but who leads the way forward. The new space race is here. The world is watching. The future will be decided among stars. Every launch echoes louder, every mission carries weight. Humanity stands at the edge of its greatest transformation. The race has begun. Who do you think will win? Subscribe now and join humanity's greatest cosmic debate.